What is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Welcome back. If you enjoy the content, leave a like. Want to get into Bitcoin, ETH, Bitcoin dominance, the DXY, Coinbase stock, because that could be showing us a lot for what might happen in crypto. It does follow it to a certain extent. I'm going to talk about the NASDAQ a little bit. A lot of new information, a lot of important information, so stay tuned. A lot of big stuff to talk about. I wanted to show you one potential trajectory again. I don't know if this is, definitely going to happen or whatever. But if you compare it to kind of back here, you compare it to back here, what happened? Very split RSIs. Now we're getting that red dot. Look at what happened here. Then you come down to, this general area, maybe a lower low. Maybe you don't make a lower low. Maybe you bounce off a 20. I mean, I don't know. But what I'm thinking is we go into a recession, unemployment rises. I don't see, unless more banks go down, unless there's things that really prove that money needs to really forces money to move into Bitcoin out of fear, then I think you're going to see a pretty decent trajectory downward and following traditional markets for kind of the time being downward. And these charts would definitely back that up. If you repeat that, you come down to this area, maybe slightly lower low into the end of the year, and then you repeat more of the start of the next bull run. This would make sense. I feel like a lot of, because if alts make, especially altcoins making lower lows towards the end of the year, a lot of people are done. I think a lot of people think crypto's dead. A lot of people have capitulated completely, and you're seeing those articles on CNBC too. Bitcoin, 100K by the end of 2024. All those crazy bullish articles. They're usually good indications that the people down here that bought at 16K or 15K are gonna get out. You know what I mean? That's usually how it works. They're gonna sell at some point, and unless we're going into a parabolic rally right now, I think you got a good amount down ahead of you probably. And then if we can repeat something of this nature, this was obviously almost a 20x or 17x, maybe a 20x at the exact top. Let's see if we, with some diminished returns, you could get, 700% maybe if we come to this area, 120. If we come up to 85, which I think is a decent possibility, it's a big area, 500% return, diminished returns, that would make a lot of sense. Also, this is the first bear market that brought us below a previous all-time high here, previous bull market all-time high. So maybe we don't even make a new all-time high. That's possible as well. I don't know if it'll happen. I think if that does happen, you'd probably get up to 50, 45, 50, 46, maybe something like that. That's like really bearish scenarios. The only thing that would kind of back that up is mainly like bad recession or whatever. But I kind of don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, and let's get on to some of the lower time frames here a little bit. If you look at, kind of on the, you got red X here, market cipher A. These have been pretty good in this environment, bring you down a decent amount. If it's like any of these previous ones here, you're definitely going to come down farther, at least until probably your 200 weekly moving average, which is right around 26. It coincides very well with this spiral line pocket right here, right around 26, high 25s. That's a huge area. That could be the next, big place of attention. If we do lose that area, that would be bearish. I mean, the 200 weekly moving average, price doesn't respect it as much as it used to, but I still think it would be pretty bearish if we lost that area. You could kiss an altcoin season potential goodbye. I know everybody's talking about new meme coins. It feels toppy. It feels like you're gonna go down and punish those new tourists or those people that FOMO'd back in. That's kind of what it looks like. And EMA is turning gray here on the 12-hour. I've been swing short, and if you guys are interested in making some trades, I do have an exclusive Discord. We added two new amazing analysts in there, Landicor and Crypto Bull Zone. Both are incredible analysts. So check it out. We're not going to be able to keep prices this low forever. Only so many spots open at these prices. So check it out. We can't have everybody seeing the same exact things. Then bots come in, market makers find out, all that stuff starts to happen. So check it out while it's hot on Patreon down below. You don't have to wait till the first to sign up anymore. You will just get, they changed it. You will just get billed every 30 days. Also, if you want to trade, really good competition going on with the MEXC. You got some really good odds to win this only with my link. Got 10 days to go for the competition. Right now, KMFA is in first place, $250 goes to first place. Second place is somebody down 99%. So you got some good odds here. If you know how to trade, if you know how to use good risk management, don't gamble it all away. You know what you're doing. You got a really good shot to win this only with my link. MEXC has, I believe, the lowest fees, zero limit fees, and really low market fees as well. So check it out. Really good exchange if you know what you're doing, if you know how to trade. So yeah. And let's move on to some of these lower time frames here. You got the bullish div. I mean, I do have, I'm locked in with some swing shorts that are doing really well. Those are trades in Discord. I gave a small, like, kind of long a shot here. Just nothing's happening. It's a lot of it's based on this 90-minute coming up. I like this. I do like the confirmed, I believe, 8-hour bullish div. I'm thinking that's going to kind of play out here and potentially bring us higher. But you are seeing like yellow X's popping up, so it wouldn't surprise me. You just do 2 more yellow X's and come right down to 26 real quick. That would not surprise me. So it's all about hedging your bet. It's all about doing things with good risk management and making money over time. It's get rich slow, not get rich overnight, contrary to popular belief. So now we seem to be coming up on a little bit of these time frames. I would say there's a decent shot you can come up a bit higher here, maybe retest 28, maybe even these areas kind of in the short term before potentially coming down farther. Obviously, I know a lot of people have been talking about a potential head and shoulders forming here. That would make a lot of sense. I think I saw Jason Casper talking about that. Shout out to Jason Casper. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Then you break downward. I think that's a decent probability here. So that's Bitcoin right now. I want to talk about Ethereum a bit. Here's more of a long-term prediction for Ethereum. If we repeat kind of this area downward, there's your main case to make lower lows to come down to these areas. I think if anything's going to do it, bad recession combined with a lot of regulatory FUD, people talking about ETH being a security, all that type of stuff. So that's what we're looking at. This weekly looks pretty doggone ugly right here. Very split RSI's red dot. I mean, it's not impossible to jump up a bit higher, make a higher high, but I don't think history is going to repeat, exactly how it did in 2019. So I think you might have a decent trajectory downward. The other thing I want to show you guys, what I'm looking at is 12-day pretty bearish with the trend reversal. These 2 times brought you down in that kind of accumulation phase into the bear market. This next one, bam, parabolic, perfect place to get in. But I think this one's going to be more like this, potentially bringing us down. But what I'm going to be doing to start DCAing into ETH when we get into this red here, which could happen in the next couple months, maybe we drop down to 1,100, maybe back down to 1,000. Who knows? That's a good place, I think, to start getting in. And even if you end up going to 600 or who knows, it's still not like the worst place. And then if we compare this to Bitcoin, in the last bull run where Bitcoin did, almost a 20x, I think a lot of people have said that ETH could kind of perform the same way Bitcoin did in the last bull run. I think you got a good shot. I think you got a good shot of a 15x, maybe up to 10K, potentially. 14K is really pushing it. I don't think you could probably, I'd be surprised if you got that high, but I think 8 to 10K is a good goal. You know what I mean? This pocket right here is a good goal. If I get, people are gonna, that's life-changing wealth potentially. So, if you have a significant, not financial advice, but a big position here up to this area, that's potentially life-changing wealth. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but there's a good shot, I think, if history kind of repeats itself here. So yeah. And then if we move on to some of these lower time frames here, you got money flow coming down, red dot, nothing's looking too promising. You got your red X here. That on market cipher A, these kind of go either way, but most of them bring you down a good amount. Kind of the best case scenario is you kind of jump up from here, kind of where we hit right now. But what I'm about to show you too is, let's just actually I drew that out from before. Let me show you that. So we got money flow coming out on the 12-hour. The 8-hour, you are printing a bullish div right now, but we're hitting off of kind of 1800. We're printing that bullish div, but you're getting yellow X's kind of on the 3 hours, so we could easily kind of do something like this. That's one decent potential here. Money flow is still curving downward. You could come deeper with this money flow too. So I wouldn't, in the short term on Bitcoin looking a little bit bullish. Even if we do come up a little bit here, I think most likely it would come down. Again, anything could kind of happen, but I think most likely kind of this area before up here. Could absolutely be wrong though. I don't know. Don't have a crystal ball. It is showing some strength on lower time frames. We're showing a bit of strength there. So keep that in mind. Money flow is deep though, so money flow isn't showing too many signs of curving back up just yet. ETH, Bitcoin, I want to look at it briefly. This is one decent trajectory. I think it's pretty similar to potentially what happened here in 2019. Even after Bitcoin and ETH were bottom, still bled against Bitcoin for a while. I think this could lead against Bitcoin, and we could lead to potentially a lower low for ETH into the end of the year potentially. I'd say these areas are kind of worst case scenario, but getting down to here is at least where I would want to be before I start DCAing into ETH, in my opinion. This does not look bullish by any means. Red X, I mean, I don't think you're going to come down that much, but it could be a trajectory down, kind of like that. You know what I mean? Looking from like here down to those areas, it's possible. That's kind of like worst case 0.03, I think, or kind of worst case scenario, but definitely possible here. Definitely possible. Regulatory FUD, bad recession, things ahead of us, definitely possible. Now, Bitcoin dominance, want to look briefly at this. Showing a little bit more strength. VWAP coming up on the 2-day. I think when all is said and done, I mean, we could be forming like a head and shoulders here, we break down, but I think you got some more upward potential, especially with this monthly. And the next, if you come down to 26, 25, I think this is probably going to continue upward as, more of the market, there's more of a market sell-off and more of those altcoins get sold off. If we look at the DXY too, this is another decent thing to look at as well. Showing a little bit of a jump today. Yeah, showing a little bit of a jump today. Money flow starting to come back up in the 16. 2-day double bottom. 3-day about to print that bullish div. Weekly still looks pretty bad, potentially a head and shoulders. This doesn't look good. I'm kind of rooting for this, and I think that the Fed kind of, raises more rates. This could go up higher, and then we, have a few more years of U.S. dollar still as kind of world reserve currency thing. It would be bad if this keeps going down. I think it would be really ugly for the United States as a whole. So hopefully we could get a little jump off of this psychological area of 100. I think this could potentially continue forward until somewhere around 130 into early to mid 2024 when traditional markets bottom. That would make a lot of sense. Now, I want to show you Coinbase because we have a rare bearish sign, Crypto Bullzone in the Discord, one of the new analysts. Yeah, check that out. He's a really good analyst in there if you guys are interested. The link down below. You got the blood diamond here in the 2-week. This follows Bitcoin to a certain extent, kind of a double top here, you could argue, I guess, and then had your relief so far this year. But, I definitely think this could kind of follow into lower lows, into summer, into the end of the year, potentially. There's lawsuits with Coinbase. They're suing people. People are suing them. I don't know the latest. But I know that with regulatory FUD, this could get hit hard, and this could really follow Bitcoin downward. Definitely a lot of people are trying to go short on this. It could be one. It could be a potential here. Be careful. It's a volatile thing. Be careful with that. Never financial advice. Last thing I want to show you guys a little bit is the NASDAQ. You have the weekly split RSI's red dot. I mean, you had it back here, brought you down a little bit. Now we're getting higher. It's kind of like coiling it up a little bit more for a significant move. I'm thinking you might be able to repeat something like this from the top into a lower low into July, August, potentially, to a significant pullback for the NASDAQ. That's my kind of main guess with this, what I'm looking at right now. And then this is the short fund, leveraged short fund for the NASDAQ. Looks like a double bottom, and I also really like the weekly. It's a pretty big bullish div right there. That could send us right back up for this. So that's one of the ones I'm looking at right now. That's all I got right now, guys. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Check out the exclusive Discord. Really good deal for that right now with the new analysts. We have been killing it with a lot of trades and analysis in there, so check it out. Also, the trading competition, you got some really good odds with MEXC. Check that out. Link down below. If you're new to trading, if you want a really good beginner trading course, check out my trading course at evanaldo.com. A lot of people have really liked it. I go through trading psychology, risk management, a lot of really good strategies that people have used and given me a lot of really good feedback over the last year or 2 years. Essentially, it goes by quick. Time goes by quick, guys. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Goodbye.